The Kansas City Chiefs may have just made one of the most interesting quarterback moves of the offseason, and it all starts with an unexpected name entering the picture behind Patrick Mahomes. For years, the idea of another quarterback getting serious attention in Kansas City seemed almost impossible. After all, when you have a superstar like Patrick Mahomes leading your team, the quarterback situation usually feels completely secure. But this offseason, things suddenly look very different. Reports now say that the Kansas City Chiefs have traded for quarterback Justin Fields in a move that immediately caught the attention of fans across the league. The trade reportedly sends a 6th-round pick in the 2027 draft to the New York Jets, while Kansas City receives a 7th-round pick in return. As part of the deal, the Chiefs will also take on $3 million of Fields' guaranteed salary for the season. On the surface, this might look like a simple backup quarterback move. But when you look deeper, the situation becomes far more interesting, because this move is closely tied to the current recovery process of Mahomes. Back in December, Mahomes suffered a serious ACL tear, an injury that forced the Chiefs to carefully manage his off-season timeline. While the team has expressed optimism that he could be ready by the start of the regular season, the reality is that Mahomes is expected to miss a large portion of off-season activities while he continues his rehabilitation. That situation created a clear problem for Kansas City. Before this trade happened, the Chiefs did not have another experienced quarterback on their roster. Their quarterback room included players like Chris Oladipo and Jake Haener, but neither had the level of experience teams typically rely on when a franchise quarterback is recovering from a major injury. And the situation became even more complicated when last season's backup, Gardner Minshew, left in free agency to sign with the Arizona Cardinals. With Mahomes rehabbing and no proven veteran backup remaining on the roster, the Chiefs' front office clearly felt it was necessary to bring in someone with real starting experience. That decision ultimately led them to Justin Fields. Fields is still only 27 years old and has already experienced a long and complicated journey in the NFL. During his career, he has started games for multiple teams, including the Chicago Bears, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and most recently the Jets. Last season with New York, Fields started 9 games before being benched in mid-November. During those starts, he threw for 1,259 yards and 7 touchdowns with 1 interception. He also contributed significantly with his legs, adding 383 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. Those numbers show exactly what makes Fields such an intriguing player. While his passing consistency has often been questioned, his athletic ability and rushing talent have always made him one of the more dynamic quarterbacks in the league. However, his time with the Jets did not go as planned. New York struggled offensively during the season, and by mid-November the team made the decision to move in another direction at quarterback. The Jets' offense was ranking near the bottom of the league, and the coaching staff eventually chose to bench Fields as they searched for a spark. That decision seemed to signal the beginning of the end for his time in New York. Earlier in free agency, the Jets made their intentions even clearer when they acquired veteran quarterback Geno Smith. Once that move happened, it became obvious that Fields was no longer part of the Jets' long-term plan. That opened the door for a team like Kansas City to step in. From the Chiefs' perspective, this move is less about replacing Mahomes and more about protecting the team during the offseason while their superstar quarterback continues to recover. Fields now gives Kansas City a quarterback with real starting experience who can handle practices, off-season programs, and potentially preseason action. In fact, with Mahomes focused on rehab, Fields could end up taking many of the first-team reps during off-season workouts and training activities. For a player like Fields, that opportunity could be extremely valuable. Throughout his 5-year NFL career, Fields has shown flashes of high-level potential, especially with his mobility and ability to extend plays. At the same time, his career record as a starter currently sits at 16 wins and 37 losses, and his overall passer rating stands at 84.7. Those numbers reflect the inconsistency that has followed him from team to team. But joining the Chiefs creates a very different situation compared to the ones he has experienced before. Kansas City has one of the most stable organizations in the league, a strong coaching structure, and a quarterback room led by one of the best players in football. Even though Fields is expected to serve primarily as Mahomes' backup once the season begins, simply being in that environment could give him a chance to reset his career trajectory. And for Chiefs fans, the move adds an interesting storyline to watch throughout the offseason. How quickly will Mahomes return to full strength after his ACL injury? How much playing time will Fields receive during training camp and preseason? And could this opportunity help him rebuild confidence and develop further as a quarterback? These are the kinds of questions that will likely follow the Chiefs during the coming months. But one thing is very clear: this trade was not about creating quarterback controversy in Kansas City. The franchise remains firmly built around Patrick Mahomes. Instead, the move reflects a practical decision by the front office to ensure the team has stability at the position, while their superstar continues his recovery. Still, bringing in a former starting quarterback like Justin Fields certainly adds an extra layer of intrigue to the Chiefs' offseason. And as training camps approach, fans across the NFL will be watching closely to see how this new quarterback situation unfolds in Kansas City. If you enjoy staying updated on the latest NFL stories, roster moves, and breaking news around the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next video. Because this offseason is already full of surprises, and this quarterback move might be just the beginning.